The verbal written or physical conduct related to race, gender, ethnicity, disability, sexual orientation, or religion shall not be tolerated if subject to violating rejection and result in penalties being assessed against your team. Each one is requested to take personal responsibility for keeping this competition at a high level of sportsmanship. Drugs, alcohol, tobacco, or vapor products are not permitted in school buildings or on school grounds. Veterans are located in the exits of the left and right of each. Thank you very much. And now to the starting lineups. For Mendham, number 33, sophomore, Riley Carter.
And our national anthem played by trumpeter Chris Arnold. As you can see him and site manager Ben Perez and the head coach of the Pope John Lady Lions, Pete Torres, along with assistant coach Emma Diamond. Well, the Pope John Lady Lions with two freshmen in their starting lineup, Rose Krause and Leanne Rackpen. And we'll partner along with the sophomore Natalia Nokovic and the two seniors, Kaylee Fitzmaurice and Mia Washington. That's your starting lineup for the Pope John Lady Lions. We are all set for tip-off between the Lady Lions and the Mendham Minutemen. The Lady Lions in their blue uniforms with gold numbers and lines across the front and blue shorts, and they will go left to right in your screen. Mendham in their white jerseys, white shorts with red and blue trim, and they'll be going right to left. The senior, Mia Washington, will take the tip for Pope John. And here we go. Tip won by Pope John, and it goes over to Natalia Nokovic, over to number 5 on the left side, back to Nokovic. To Washington on the right wing, back to Fitzmaurice, to Nokovic, around to Krause, inside to Leanne Rackpen, and a whistle, travel on the play. Rackpen took steps, and it will go over to Mendham. Mendham, number 4, Shea Torgerson inbounding. And the ball brought up by Lila Schoenfeld. Pass over to 20, Amelia Eichmann. Stolen away by Fitzmaurice. And the ball goes over to Nokovic. Natalia Nokovic into the front court on the right wing. Pass off to Washington. Mia from 3. Too long. The rebound, offensive by Kraus. Stolen away by number 33. And that is Riley Hartman. Here's Schoenfeld in the front court, being guarded by the freshman, Rackpin. Pass over to the left side, number 20, Amelia Eichmann. To number 4, and that's Shea Torgerson. Torgerson with the pass over to the right to Schoenfeld. Schoenfeld being guarded by Washington. Ball around the perimeter to number 4, Shea Torgerson. Inside, number 33, off the back rim, no good. And the rebound by Nokovic. Up to Washington on the right wing. Mia looking to penetrate inside. Gives it over to Fitzmaurice. To Nokovic inside to Rackpin. Rackpin being double-teamed to Fitzmaurice. Now to Kraus. Rose Kraus. Gives it to Washington. Washington on the right wing. Comes back up top. Gives to Nokovic. Natalia Nokovic guarded by number 20, Amelia Eichmann. Passes to Fitzmaurice. Now to Kraus. Kraus gives it up to Nokovic. Nokovic changing numbers this year. Off the front rim, no good. And it goes over to Schoenfeld. Nokovic was 15 last season, and she has gone down to number 11. 5:53 to go here in the first quarter. No score between Mendham and Pope John. Here's Torgerson over to the left wing to Schoenfeld. Inside to number 24. That's Giselle Scott. She misses, gets her own rebound, and puts it home. Off the glass and good. And Mendham takes a 2-0 lead. Now Nokovic into the front court. Both these teams 4-2 and also 2-0 inside the NJC American. Kraus with the pass to Washington. Goes out of bounds, but it was last tipped by Mendham. So Pope John will maintain possession. Here's Washington with the inbounds. To Fitzmaurice on the right. Back to Washington. Mia looking to drive. Lays it up. Bounces around the rim and good. Mia Washington with the first points of the game for Pope John, and they're tied at 2. Lila Schoenfeld to pass out to Torgerson. Torgerson gives it over to Riley Hartman. Hartman on the left wing to Scott. Giselle Scott guarded by Fitzmaurice. Back to Hartman. Eichmann now with it. Eichmann with the pass over to Schoenfeld. Schoenfeld guarded by Kraus. Pass over to the left. 3-point attempt. No good. Air ball. But Mendham's able to save it. And it goes over to Kraus. Kraus gives it to Nokovic. Natalia Nokovic into the front court. Top of the key. Gives it to Kraus. Back to Nokovic. Nokovic will back up. Settle things down. 4.5 to go. Deadlocked at 2. Kraus on the right. Now, attempted 3-pointer, but she decides to drive Rackpin, and it's knocked out of her hands and recovered by Schoenfeld. Schoenfeld up top. Nokovic guarding. Gives it to Torgerson. Torgerson inside to Scott. Stolen away by Washington. Mia Washington on the right. Looking to drive. Gives it to Fitzmaurice. Now back to Nokovic. Natalia Nokovic from 3. No good off the front rim. Offensive rebound by Kraus. Good hustle. Pass inside. And we got a jump ball situation with 3:49 to go in the first quarter. Tonight's game action is brought to you by Provident Bank. When you bank with Provident Bank, you're backed by the power of commitment. Whether it's checking, savings, mortgage, or home equity products, Provident is committed to helping you achieve your financial goals. Proud partner of Pope John Lady Lions basketball. Learn more at provident.bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Scott on the left wing, guarded by Nokovic. Outside, ball goes to Schoenfeld from 3. Good! Lila Schoenfeld hits from the outside, and it's now 5-2, Mendham. Nokovic brings it up to the front court. To Fitzmorris, takes a bump. To Washington. Mia from 3. Off the back rim, no good. Offensive board goes to Nokovic. Gets it to Washington. And Washington is fouled, and it'll stay right there. 3:09 to go here in the first quarter. 5-2. Mendham leading by a 3-point shot. Ball stays with Pope John. Foul on number 24, Giselle Scott. That's her first. Team first. Fitzmorris. Hits it into Krause. Krause from 3. Good! Rose Krause hits from outside. And we're deadlocked at 5. Now Schoenfeld into the front court. Pass over to Torgerson. Torgerson gives it to Hartman. Hartman off the fingertips of Torgerson. Goes out of bounds. It'll be Pope John ball. We are tied at 5 here. Mendham and Pope John right here on Sports Voice TV on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining us. Mike Formisano here calling tonight's action from the Murphy Athletic Center at Pope John High School. Krause gives it to Fitzmorris up top. Fitzmorris looking for Washington. Washington looking to drive. Bumped by Scott and the foul. So Mia will, it's a non-shooting foul, so they'll inbound it. Substitution into the game, number 35, Camille Manuel in for Scott. That's Scott's second, so 2 quick fouls on her. Pope John inbounds. Nokovic to Washington. Washington looking to drive baseline. Sides against it, gives it to Nokovic. Natalia to Fitzmorris. Now over to Rackpen. Leanne Rackpen. Now to Fitzmorris. Back to Rackpen. Freshman number 32 along with Krause. The starting 5 for this Pope John Lady Lions squad. Here's Washington on the right. Looking to drive inside. Good off the glass. Mia Washington puts Pope John up 7-5. Lila Schoenfeld now guarded by Nokovic. Pass over on the left to Torgerson. Thought of the 3, decided against it. It goes back to Schoenfeld on the right. Schoenfeld looking to pass. Gives it up to Torgerson. Now to Eichmann. Stolen away. Nokovic gives it to Washington. Washington off the glass and good. Mia Washington with another layup. And Pope John's lead grows to 4. Now Hartman. Pass stolen by Nokovic again. Natalia driving into the lane. Off the glass. Rebound by Rackman. And it goes back to Krause. Krause pass out to Washington. Thinking of the 3. She'll shoot it. Inside Rackman. Grabs it to Nokovic off the glass. Good. And the foul. Nokovic off the glass. It's good. And she'll go to the line shooting for a 3-point play. Minute 10 to go in quarter number 1. Pope John has opened up a 6-point lead, 11-5. Timeout called by Mendham, and we will take a break as well. 11-5 with a minute 10 to go in quarter number 1. You're watching Sports Voice TV on YouTube. Welcome back to Pope John High School inside the Murphy Athletic Center. Mike Formisano here on Sports Voice TV on YouTube. As the Pope John Lady Lions opened up an 11-5 lead on the Mendham Minutemen. Natalia Nokovic just hitting a bucket, and she'll go to the line looking for a 3-point play. Here's the shot. Good. That makes the score 12-5, Pope John. Lady Lions defeated Mendham both times last season by double digits in each game, both here and at Mendham. So they're looking to continue that success. Here is Schoenfeld on the left, guarded by Rackpin. Over to number 33, that's Hartman. Now Schoenfeld. Schoenfeld over to the right to Torgerson. Now, Schoenfeld on the left, guarded by Rackpin. Pass inside, through the fingers of number 4, Shea Torgerson, as Washington guarding her closely, making sure she didn't touch it. And it remains Pope John ball on the turnover. Here's Krause, Rose Krause. Pass inside the rack pin, off the glass. No good, off the right rim. Nokovic with the rebound. It goes over to Shea Torgerson. Mendham brings the ball up the front court. Schoenfeld. Guarded by Nokovic. Now Torgerson on the left. Hartman back to Torgerson. And she runs out of time as we have reached the end of the first quarter. End of the first quarter brought to you by Provident Bank, proud partner of Pope John girls basketball. And at the end of the first, it is 12-5. Pope John leading over Mendham. We'll be back for second quarter action. We'll start up a new feed and come back with second quarter action right after this on Sports Voice TV on YouTube.